Making your first $1 million, that's hard. Everything after that's easy. You've probably heard that one before, but what's actually true is that making the first $100,000 is actually the hardest damn part. Getting to the million from 100K is not actually that crazy. Getting to the first 100,000, that's the real trick. And if we're talking about a cryptocurrency context, how do you go from $0 to $100,000? What are the strategies that you need to use? How do those strategies change once you hit $100,000 and you want to go from 100,000 to $1 million? And what happens if you hit that $1 million mark finally? How do you act then? Because I'll tell you what, your strategies for creating wealth and creating returns at $1 million or $10,000 are dramatically different. So in this video, I want to discuss those different strategies with you and how you can level up your wealth in crypto with some practical tips. Let's get it. First, how do you actually get to $100,000? Starting from almost nothing or even zero. Zero is harder, without a doubt. Zero, you really got to hustle hard. You got to get out there. You got to get on test nets to try and hopefully get airdrops in the future. You got to start getting to every giveaway possible. You have to go out and hustle hard for like ambassador roles and stuff like that, which can actually pay money. Maybe you can run a node from home, different stuff like this. Ideally, though, you're going to have at least a few bucks to start with. Come on, man. You got 20 bucks somewhere. Go raid your couch cushions or something. You're going to find it. Ideally, you're coming with a few $1,000s. That's really going to help. Everybody can get a few $1,000s together at some point. So you got a few $1,000, anywhere from $1,000 to $10,000. How do you get this going? Well, obviously, in order to get that $1,000 to $10,000, earn more, spend less. In case you don't magically have $10,000 or $5,000 sitting around and going, well, that's all great, Lark. I don't have $5,000. I don't have $1,000, man. Okay, save hard, spend less. Go through what you're spending money on and be merciless. Cut shit out. You know there's stuff you don't need. Come on, do you really need 5 streaming services? Do you really need to eat out for lunch every single day? Pack some peanut butter sandwiches. Cut out all the streaming stuff. Just watch YouTube videos on crypto, okay? That's all you need right now. And try to earn more. Maybe get a side hustle, drive some Uber, get some extra hours of work, whatever. Figure it out, get the extra money. Okay, that's step 1. Step 2, understand you don't need Bitcoin. You don't need Ethereum. They're not going to make you rich. Sorry. I love Bitcoin. I love Ethereum. They're some of the biggest assets in my portfolio, but I have a bigger portfolio. The level of the game that I'm at right now is not the I have $5,000 I need to make it, right? How do you make it? You need to get busy. You need to do everything possible to get yourself positioned for airdrops. If you have $5,000 to $10,000, one single airdrop can completely change your trajectory. Look at Jito. Jito was an airdrop on Solana. All you had to do was stake one freaking Solana, just one Solana. All you had to do was stake that. And you got an airdrop that was like $15,000. Life-changing. Game-changing for somebody who has a portfolio only worth $5,000 or $10,000. You literally double or triple your portfolio size overnight thanks to one airdrop. You don't have the money, but you have the time right now. So go and spend the time, farm the airdrops, guys. Also, token sales are starting to come back around a little bit. So try and find ways to get into any kind of token sales. That's really hard. For your average person, try and get into token sales. There are different methods in terms of like some of the different launch pads have lottery systems and stuff like that. And I'll tell you what, if there's a lottery system, for example, with Maker or something, you better be in every damn lottery. You better be putting those tickets in and applying because you might get one. And that could, again, be life-changing money. I remember there was a Maker back in the day, and it was, I think it was My Neighbor Alice, and it did like 600x on debut from the public sale price. So anybody who got into that lottery made crazy money overnight. Again, you have $5,000, $10,000 portfolio, you have time, but probably not money. So use your time to try to make more money in crypto. As I mentioned, Bitcoin is not going to make you rich. You need altcoins, low cap altcoins. The lower cap, the better. That's where the real returns are going to be at. Because you can take $1,000 and put it into a cryptocurrency that's got between a $1 and a $10 million market cap. And that $1,000 can pretty quickly turn into 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, or even $100,000. If you get a $1 or $2 million market cap coin and it does 100x, you have $100,000. That sounds crazy. Oh, well, can't have that happens to regular people just like you all the time. They find the right coins, they spend their time, they do due diligence, they get into the Discord groups, which are free, they get into the Telegram groups, which are free, they get on X, which is free, they follow the right accounts, they hunt for low cap market alpha. It's out there. Look for it. You'll find it. You use the tools available. You go to CoinGecko, for example. Look through categories. Find the low cap stuff in the categories. Do they have big backers? Are people still talking about them? All this kind of stuff. You can find those low cap gems. They exist. They're out there. And of course, meme coins. If you got like 5K in your portfolio, take $500. Not financial advice. We don't give financial advice around here. Obviously, everything's a risk. You're probably going to lose all your money in crypto. Just keep that in mind. Full risk statement and portfolio disclosures down below in the description, by the way. So check that out if you're interested. Anyway, meme coins, take $500. Throw it in some meme coins. Might all go to zero. But hey, guess what? $500 is a loss you can probably afford at a $5,000 portfolio. But that $500 invested in 5 different meme coins or 3 different meme coins or 2 different meme coins. You might lose everything, but your potential to 10, 20x that money almost overnight in some cases is pretty high. Again, you're going to have to be taking risks here. You can't play it safe. Bitcoin's not going to make you that money. If you have $5,000 and you put it all into Bitcoin, maybe one day, if Bitcoin goes to $1 million, you're going to have $100,000 at some point in 10 years, 15 years, something like that. You probably want to have things happen a little bit faster for you in your life. And if that's your case, then you need to take more risk and you need to play the altcoin game. So now let's talk about the 100K. You've hit $100,000. Congratulations. It's much easier said than done. Putting in the work is hard. Finding the alphas, hard. Keeping coins until they can play out and get the big gains is hard. Okay, you don't have an easy road ahead. Going from $5,000 to $10,000 to $100,000, it's tough. Okay, keep that in mind. But you can do it. A lot of people before you've done it, a lot of people after you are going to do it too. So you got to 100K. Well, before we get into the 100K, I just want to mention, by the way, if you want to get all kinds of alpha straight to your inbox, altcoin alpha, the latest technical analysis, the hottest upcoming airdrops, and much, much more, then you absolutely need to get signed up to the Wealth Mastery newsletter. It's my free weekly newsletter. Over 90,000 people a week are reading this bad boy. You can too. Use the link in the description. You can start getting it for free to your inbox. Thank you very much. Oh, by the way, our top 5 airdrops from 2023 were worth over $30,000. Okay, there you go. Link in the description. So you got 100K now. Now what? Well, the game changes a little bit. One, if you have $100,000, profits, right? Profits. Because unless you live in Dubai or the Bahamas or Monaco or something like that, then you're probably going to have to give the tax man some of your money, which sucks, but that's what happens. So you probably really need to make $130,000 to $150,000 in order to be able to have 100K cash profits. Keep that in mind. You gotta pay a tax man. Don't not pay a tax man. He'll come looking for you. So now you're 100K all cash. You've sold off your meme coins, your low cap market coins, put everything into stable coins. Now what? Now you want to keep the money. You want to take lower risks. You don't want to keep playing super high risk stuff all the time. Now, to be clear, a percentage of your portfolio can still be in really high risk plays. Maybe 10 or 20% of your portfolio can still be screwing around with meme coins. You can still be finding low cap gems because those higher risk plays can, of course, lose you $10,000 or $20,000, 10 or 20% of your portfolio, but they can also produce outsized gains. But you don't want to be all in on high risk at this level because here's the rule. Don't lose money. Don't lose money. Getting to 100K was probably pretty hard. Now, you might have won the lottery, hit the right meme coin, and it turned into $100,000 overnight. Congratulations if that's you. But you still want to make sure that you're playing the game a bit safer now because repeating that, you're probably not the incredible meme coin investing genius that you think you are. You probably just got lucky. You're the exception, not the rule. Congratulations. But now try to take a little less risk. Not saying you can't take any risk. Like I said, 10, 20% of this $100,000 might go into high risk bets, but you don't want to lose that 100K now that you got it. So now we're looking more at mid cap coins. This is between I think between $100 million market cap and $500 million market cap is a real sweet spot for stuff that's getting adoption. People are paying attention to. The markets are starting to pick up on. heck, even above $50 million market caps, probably some interesting stuff there too. These are the coins that throughout the market cycle can do 10, 20, or even 30, 40, 50x returns, some of these coins. That is massive because if you have $100,000 and you can get into 4 or 5 mid-cap altcoins with 80,000 of it, and those on average give you a 20x return, which is possible in crypto. I know it sounds crazy, but this is how crypto market cycles go. If you haven't been around for a cycle before, this is what happens. So if you can get those kind of returns, that's a big chunk of money. You're now at $1.6 million. Not bad, right? Not bad. And that 10 or 20% of your portfolio left aside for high risk plays, you might have made a few $100,000 more over on the side with that too. Now you might be well over $1 million portfolio. And it can happen a lot quicker than you think by changing how you approach things. By the way, still no Bitcoin in this portfolio. $100,000, Bitcoin's still really not worth it for most investors. People who want to make it big. Look, if you just want to get a very low risk investment into cryptocurrencies and just sit back and wait 10 years or whatever, that's Bitcoin. Bitcoin's fine. I've got a lot of Bitcoin, to be clear. Bitcoin's low risk for the cryptocurrency markets. It's the one that's most likely to be around in a while. It's the safer bet. Okay, keep that in mind. Maybe you don't want to take all these risks because even this portfolio, the 100K to $1 million journey is one filled with risk. And you have to have a high risk appetite. You have to be willing to stomach extreme volatility sometimes, to watch these numbers swing in directions and to lose more money or gain more money overnight than you've made in years. Be ready. That's hard. That's hard, okay? Now, let's say, okay, you've reached $1 million, you've paid your taxes on, it's $1 million in profit. Congratulations. Now what? Well, at this point, we have to start really talking about, if you're listening to this video around the time that I published it, now we have to start talking about, is it getting too late in the cycle to actually start putting money back in? Maybe it's time to sit in cash and wait. You'll know, of course, how long it takes you to go through these phases to get yourself built up across these wealth levels in crypto. But that 100K to million can happen a lot quicker than the 0 to 100K. Let's just keep that clear, okay? But you got to $1 million now. The game starts changing. Again, key rule, don't lose money. You don't want to get to $1 million and then YOLO it all in some damn meme coins, and then you lose $900,000 because you don't psychologically want to destroy yourself like that. And it's hard to, again, now you've done it before, so you'll be able to do it again, but you don't want to have to go from 100K back to $1 million for a second time because it takes time. And the opportunities in the market are not always as great. Again, maybe we're at the late in the market cycle here. Maybe the bear market's coming soon. I don't know. But if you're at a certain stage in the market where you see you've got the $1 million, the market's not blow off top yet, things still have some room to run. Well, you're still looking at mid caps. Now, maybe you're just letting some of your mid caps that you already have keep running. You think they're going to, okay, they've gone up 20x, but you think they're going to go up 50x. Maybe, you know what? They're up 20x. Screw it. I'm taking profits and I'm going back down the chart and I'm going to find some more 20x potential coins, right? Rotate your capital around. Hey, I invested in some gaming coins and I invested in some real world asset coins, but now I see that decentralized physical infrastructure networks, they're the next big narrative. AI is the next big narrative. So I'm going to rotate my capital out of this, take my big gains, pay myself a little money into my pocket, take some cash, reinvest it, try and ride up the next train. You can do that. A lot of people do that very successfully. A lot of people do that very unsuccessfully. Again, time, putting in the work, it's a skill. You have to learn it. You have to be engaged with the markets. Now, over $1 million, this is where big caps become more relevant. This is when things like Chainlink and Solana and all this stuff where they might get 5, 10x returns, maybe slightly more in some cases, but those more solid long-term bets might become part of your portfolio with longer time frame strategies. You know, you start putting money into Bitcoin and Ethereum and Solana and Avalanche, and you got all your coins staken, and you're saying, hey, I'm ready to ride these either up crazy in the cycle if we still have some room to go, or hey, maybe the bear market's coming, I'm going to start averaging into these slowly on the way down, or maybe you wait for the markets to really come down heavily and then start averaging in, start staking them, start accumulating, getting ready for, of course, the next cycle. And obviously, you can still do low cap stuff at this point. If you have $1 million, if you have $1 million and you get a $10,000 or $20,000 airdrop, are you really going to say no to that? Oh, I don't have time to go claim a $10,000 airdrop. You have time. You can still play with memes. $1,000 in the right meme at the right time can create a few $100,000. If you make $200,000 off of a meme coin, well, you've just increased your $1 million portfolio by 20%. That's significant. But also at this level, at the $1 million level, you might want to start diversifying out. You might want to start putting money into tech stocks. You might want to start putting money into some real estate, stuff like this. I believe crypto is the fastest moving horse and probably will be for the rest of the decade. But just because that's true doesn't mean you have to stay 100% crypto all the time, just because of the crazy shit that can happen. You can wake up tomorrow and your wallet's been hacked or something because you approved a bad contract somewhere and all your work's gone. You have nothing to show for it except probably a big tax bill. Be careful. Be really, really careful, okay? Diversifying out into safer asset classes is not a terrible idea. They're not going to be as exciting. They're not going to make the biggest gains. But again, it's about taking your money from high risk and moving into low risk. And that's really what this whole conversation has been about. Starting highest risk possible, 100K to $1 million, still very high risk, million plus. Well, we're looking at reducing our risk a lot and preserving wealth while continuing to generate it. Remember, don't lose money. Key rule. Never forget to pay yourself. Take profits, take money out of the bank, put it in your bank account, or take money out of crypto and put it in your bank account. Make it real. Make it real. Otherwise, it means nothing. Doesn't matter how big the numbers are on your phone if you don't actually pay yourself. Okay? Take profits. Don't round trip your bags. You'll make it. You'll make millions, I hope. Good luck.